You're saying that I just go for it, right?
Fast, all the way.
You think? You sure?
Yeah.
Pure fly, man. That's really
Nice.
addictive. I'm telling you, I could do this all day. In today's episode, I'm going to give you the opportunity to get a free digital copy of Kent Wall's latest book, Breaking Vagabond. You don't want to miss this. Hey, welcome to Unplugged. I am so excited today because I have my good friends Kent and Liz Wald with me today. Guys, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Now, you don't know what's going to happen, do you? You are,
We're a little scared, to be honest with you.
This is Unplugged. Anything can happen on Unplugged. You know what? I'll tell you a little secret. I don't even know what's going to happen. Seriously, I don't even know what's going to happen. So we're going to be freaked out together. It's going to be good. So I'm so glad you're here. Kent and Liz, you are awesome people in our lives. We love you guys, good friends of ours. And we just love doing life with you. But I want the audience to get to know you. And you know, I like to do something called 2 technicalities and a truth. I'm going to start with you first, Ken. Okay, I'm going to save the best till last. I'm going to start with you. So you know, behind every good man is a great woman.
That's right.
Here we go. 2 technicalities and a truth. So first, number 1. Ken, you say that your ancestors were kicked out of Germany for stealing sheep. That's number 1. Number 1. Kent's ancestors was kicked out of Germany for stealing sheep. Number 2. Your nickname growing up was Kento's the Playmaker. Am I saying that right? Kento's the Playmaker.
Yeah.
He's trying to do his poker face now, making sure he's not giving it away. Kento's the Playmaker. When I was 2 years old, I poured a hot pot of boiling water over on me. It sounds painful. So he was 2 years old, no reaction. I like this, no reaction. Do you know these, Liz? Do you know what the answers are? You do? So, 1, 2, or 3. Ken, number 1, your ancestors were kicked out of Germany for stealing sheep. True or false?
That is technically false.
Technically false?
Yes.
Why is it false?
Because they were kicked out of Scotland for stealing sheep.
Okay, so technicality. So they got kicked out for
listen to
stealing
this.
sheep.
So my youngest brother, he tried to get us, me and my older brother, to come together to get matching tattoos of sheeps and handcuffs.
Did you?
Charles, I'm not going to tell. No.
I want to see that tattoo.
I can't show that one.
I want to see that tattoo. Come on. We can blow it out.
It's only for Liz's eyes.
We can blow it out. Okay, then. We can blow that out.
Wow.
So that's a
Put that in there. Okay.
That's a technicality. Oh no, it's staying there.
Oh no.
That is staying for real. That's gold right there. Okay.
I don't have a tattoo, by the way.
No tattoos.
No tattoos.
Okay. So number 2, your nickname growing up was Kento's the Playmaker. True or false?
That is true.
Oh my.
It started when I was... I know. Okay, so you know the commercial?
Kento, no.
Mentos freshness done.
Fresh goes better with Mentos Fresh and Volatile. Mentos, the fresh maker.
I can't really sing it, but Mentos, the fresh maker.
Okay.
All right, so I was on a
fresh
soccer
maker.
team. I was actually terrible at soccer.
Okay.
Yeah, so someone called me Kentos.
Kentos.
And then the guy's like, "You're a playmaker," and so they started calling me Kentos the
Kento's the
playmaker.
Playmaker. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's true.
Yeah,
Kento's
it's
the
true.
Playmaker. So number 3, when I was 2 years old, I poured a pot of boiling water over me. Kent, true or false?
This is 100% true.
This is 100% true as well.
I was told. I mean, I don't remember it, but
Okay.
yeah, it
That's
happened.
good you don't remember that.
I know, right?
Scarred for life, probably
Traumatic.
literally. So what happened?
So, well, my dad was boiling water for coffee or tea or something. And, you know, you're supposed to turn the handles
I should have guessed it was
in.
your dad. Let's face it,
I
dads
know.
aren't as diligent
Moms
with these
know
things.
better.
than mums.
They know
Mums are
better.
diligent, they're always on watch. Dads are be okay.
Yeah. So I grabbed the handle, pulled it over myself, and it was boiling. So crazy story. They took me to the emergency room.
Oh no.
So they're asking my sister, who's 3 years older than me. They said, Katie, what happened to your brother? She said, well, my dad poured hot water on me.
Social services.
Social services came in. Tell us again what happened to your brother. And she said, well, my dad, he owns an airport and he pushed my brother out of an airplane. And so they're like, okay, this girl is a liar. And, so.
It gets better.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
yeah. So, but I did pull hot water over on me.
You did?
Yeah.
At least you think you did.
At least I think
Technically no video evidence. I'm just saying.
I don't have any scar marks. No
Really?
burns.
Don't have no scale marks. Well done. Liz, dun dun dun, it's your turn. And I have to say, Liz, I've just read these just like literally 30 seconds ago. And I'm quite appalled because like I used to have a lot of respect for Pastor Liz. And that.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
okay.
still respectable.
Two truths, and two of these are true, right? And one's false. Or is two false and one true?
Well, yeah, only one false one.
Only one false, so two
One
of these are true.
technicality, two
That
true.
makes it even worse. I was thinking over one of these was true. Oh my word. Okay, here we go. So, this is Liz Ward, everyone. Two technicalities. She's a mother of 4 children, wife to Ken, and yet one of these or two of these are true. So shocker. Be careful. If you've got children watching right now, cover their ears.
I'm a good mom.
Here
I
we
have
go.
a lot of grace
You have
for
a lot
my
of grace.
children.
You must have a lot of grace since what you've been through. If you judge your children after this, we got one from here.
Listen, they don't know. They
don't
don't
know.
know these. So
Kingston's here in the audience. Kingston, you may have
Plug your
trouble
ears,
here.
son. Plug
You
your
may need
ears.
counselling after this. Number 1, you smoked a pack of cigarettes at age 7. Remember, only one of these is false. You smoked a pack of cigarettes at the age of 7. Number 2, you locked your mum and grandma in the basement as a child. I'd be impressed with just grandma or just mum, but mum and grandma locked him in the basement. Okay. We're going to come back around, aren't we? Number 3, I once got my finger stuck in a fancy toilet paper roll at a restaurant on my birthday, and the manager had to come and cut it off. 1, 2, or 3. If you're watching at home, guess along, play with your families, whoever you're watching with. 1, 2, or 3. If you win, you get absolutely nothing. Okay, so you get this right, so it's worth playing for. Number 1, you smoked a pack of cigarettes at the age of 7. Pastor, Reverend Liz Ward. True or false?
it is false.
False. Okay.
But
Some respect's coming back now.
I did smoke one cigarette.
One cigarette at 7.
Well, one puff.
At 7.
I know,
That's pretty
right?
young to get
I
started.
found this out 5 years ago.
That you only found out 5 years ago?
It nearly destroyed me.
Yeah, and then you posted
Destroyed
it
my
all
image
over
of her.
social media.
I did. I was like, I just found out my wife smoked a cigarette. I didn't say it was
I
like,
was like
30 years
11.
ago, though.
I think I was like 11 when I first smoked my first cigarette. I was like 11 years old. We got in the school bus. and
When'd
the
you smoke your second
big
one?
kids, probably 11. Like 11 one day. The kids at the back of the bus, and I went back. I was like, I'm going to go back to the cool kids. Remember the cool kids? So I'll take one of those cigarettes. I had to pay for it. I think it was like 10 cents with it. And I took a puff and coughed and choked and everything else. And that was it. 11 years old. But 7 is pretty impressive. So did you just find it somewhere? What happened?
It was sitting in an ashtray. At
Oh, someone else's cigarette.
Used.
Oh, it's a used cigarette. Ken, you kissed his
that
mouth.
I know. Wow.
You kissed
That
his mouth.
sounded better in my head.
You kissed his mouth.
Yeah, no,
So,
it was just,
a
and I
used
was
cigarette.
like, I just want to try this.
She's an undignified smoker.
I have never smoked since.
That was just one
That was
only.
one and
only.
done.
The one only. Okay.
One and done.
Number 2, you locked your mum and grandma in the basement. I'm like, grandma got run over by a reindeer. Grandma got pushed in a basement by her granddaughter. What happened? True
No,
or
wait,
false?
I did. That's true.
That's true.
That's true. I didn't push them into
Okay.
the basement. They were downstairs getting something.
Oh, they're there already.
And then I just slid a chair over and then stepped up on the chair and locked. And it was like one of those like latch locks, so I couldn't undo it.
Okay.
They were pounding. They're like,
Oh,
you
no.
have to undo it. And
You
this
could
was
get undo it.
before cell
How old was
phones. I don't know. I was little, like 4 or 5.
4. Wow.
I don't know.
Wow. So it's before your cigarette smoking
Yeah.
episode. Okay. Locked grandma and mum.
That was the gateway sin.
Like-
Gateway sin. Gateway sin. That's a gateway sin. That led to the smoking. That led to the
And now we're in Colorado, so I'm really scared.
in Colorado, yeah.
Listen, so luckily there's a door. They
Okay.
could get upstairs.
Oh, so they went out another door.
Yeah,
So they're not
right.
still there.
They're not.
Okay, they're out.
I
Okay.
feel like they've
It's good,
gotten
they're
out.
out. So number 3, you once got your finger stuck in a fancy toilet paper. I don't even. What's a fancy toilet paper roll holder?
Right?
What is that? So it's the bar that goes like the toilet paper goes onto that bar,
Yeah.
and then you put your finger inside the bar.
Well, yeah, it was just sitting there,
Okay.
and so I
Couldn't
picked it
help
up
yourself.
and I put my finger in there,
Okay.
and I got it out, okay?
Okay.
Then I flipped it around,
Okay.
and I put my finger back.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Why would you do? Like,
I
I'm
don't
so
know.
confused. How old was you then? At
Old
35? When did this happen?
Probably I was like 10. Maybe.
Okay.
Old enough to know better.
Old enough to know not to.
She was going in there trying to smoke a cigarette.
That's what it was. She was sneaking in there. So then what happened?
So
this is true, right?
This is true.
Okay, this is true.
The sad thing, it was my birthday, and so a couple different times they came to sing me happy birthday,
you
but
weren't
I
there.
wasn't there. The manager had to come out with pliers and cut it
Cut it
off.
off.
At first, he was like, "I'm gonna have to cut your finger off."
You probably believed him.
I was like,
probably
"Yes." I
believed
was
him,
like,
devastated.
"Oh my gosh!"
So you
Right.
didn't lose your finger. You
I
haven't got
have
the toilet roll
No,
on
it's
it
gone.
anymore. It's gone.
I should have kept it as a memento.
Kept
but
it momentum.
I didn't.
It's famous. I guess they broke it. That was it. That was the end of it. Right?
That was
the
it.
end of it.
That was it.
Awesome.
Don't
Well,
stick your finger in a toilet paper roll.
just don't stick your finger in anything. I think is the best thing. Think about it. It's not really a good time to stick your finger in anything. Don't stick your finger in anything. That's going to help. Hey, I want to let you know that you can get a free digital copy of my good friend Pastor Kent Ward's book, Breaking Vagabond. This is really going to help you get planted. You know, if you're not planted, you're not growing. If you're not growing, you're not going to be able to find your destiny in life. So get this book today. It's completely free. It's a gift to you. Follow the instructions on your screen and get your copy today.
Don't miss out. Call us at 719-600-3344 or visit the website you see on your screen.
So having a church, guys, you know, some of these churches, do you have a marquee? I don't think you do you, outside the
We
church?
do not,
No, you're
no.
missing out.
We
You
don't
could-
have the pleasure of having a
You
marquee.
could have a marquee. You're missing out because you could really be.
I would
saying
be in so
some
much
amazing
trouble if I had that.
You probably would be. So we have some church marquees now. The church, I call this segment "A Sign from God." These are genuine church marquees that are real. They're not made up. They're not photoshopped. These are real church marquees. Let's see the first one. Tweet others as you would like to be tweeted. That's good. I mean, that's good. You know, tweet others as you want to be
kinda
treated. It's cute.
Yeah,
They're trying
like
to be
Tweety Bird.
Tweety Bird. They're trying to be relevant.
Is Tweety Bird relevant
tweet.
anymore?
You know, not really. No.
Oh,
we don't
but
watch
it
anymore.
tweets like
Tweets.
Twitter.
Yeah, like Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think it was a bird? Do you know it was Twitter? Oh, this is brilliant.
Can you believe this lady had her finger stuck in a toilet paper
You
holder?
didn't know it was Twitter. Liz, there's a social media platform, and it's called Twitter. The president used it a lot, and you can quote things on there. Okay, next church marquee. Whoever stole our AC units, keep one. It's gonna be hot when yeah! They're like, you stole our AC, you're
love
going
it.
there. You're going to HE double
love
hockey
it.
stick.
See, that's what I would do. That's what I would do.
Adam and Eve, the first people to not read the Apple terms and conditions. What a grown up. It's okay. It's like. they're
Does
trying to be
anybody
clever.
read?
Was it really even an apple?
No, it was probably a fig. I think it was a fig. But I think Jesus had a problem with figs.
Yeah.
Because he went out and got mad at the fig tree and cursed it.
He did.
So I think it's because.
Actually,
He liked figs.
yeah, true story.
For not having figs.
That's
Oh,
right.
so
He
he
wanted a
liked
fig.
figs.
He wanted to eat a
Like
fig.
figs. He couldn't eat one.
And he
that's
was
why got
ticked
mad.
off.
Jesus
That's right.
going to get figs off that fig tree was like a Christian coming out of church and going to Chick-fil-A. They're closed on Sundays.
Why, God, why?
Having trouble sleeping, try one of our sermons.
I think that somebody else did
That's someone like the secretary.
See, I know what happened here.
Oh,
The pastor was out of town.
The pastor's out of town.
That's what happens.
But the pastor's wife wasn't.
Yeah.
She did that right there.
Listen, I had a guy tell me one time, he goes, man, I've been having trouble sleeping at night. And I said, man, you want me to pray for you? He goes, no. He said, I got it fixed. I said, good. I said, well, what'd you do? He said, I started putting your sermons in every night. He told me that. Yeah.
That's fair. That's type of not a compliment, is it? That's not a compliment.
Was it?
And the last one, last marquee, here we go. Too hot to keep changing this sign. Sin bad, Jesus good, details inside. At first I was,
That might be my favorite one.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Disney character, Sinbad. I've heard of Sinbad. Yeah. Sinbad. Jesus good, details inside. Very good, I like it. So it's too hot to keep changing the sign. That's from the. What's
I'm
that?
guessing
Grace?
from the sign they don't have a whole lot more details
No,
than that.
that's pretty
Sit
much-
back.
Jesus good. I mean,
Jesus
that's
good.
the complete gospel.
Yeah.
So there you go. That was church marquees. Great. You might get some inspiration there to put a marquee up in your church. You're going to love this next segment of Unplugged. You know, we leave the studio, we take the team with us, and we hit the streets. We don't really know what's going to happen, but I'll tell you what does happen, a lot of fun. So get ready for what we're calling Unplugged Unleashed.
So we're taking a Tesla for a test drive just for fun. Ashley's very happy. And he's found
Well-
some interesting features on this vehicle.
Well, it has this little mode. I actually want one now. It has this little mode on it that, listen to this.
What is that? What is that noise, Ashley?
Whoopee cushion, look. It's a whoopee cushion mode, okay? So look, if you've got a passenger in the back, you just press it here, and it comes... okay. I'm sorry, schoolboy humour. But also...
Endless dad fun.
But it also has romance mode, okay? So romance mode, plays a little fire here.
I've been really trying, baby.
It stops the windows getting steamed up, and it just plays some romantic music. So romance mode.
Which is perfect after your gassy interlude.
Look at the romance mode. Look at the fire. Look. Romance mode. So I want a Tesla now because I like all this type of stuff. There you go. That's it. There you go.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. So anyway.
Enjoy.
I've been really trying, baby.
Praise the Lord. So this is Ken and Liz Ward. They're the pastors. They're the senior pastors of Overcomers Church International in Perryville, Missouri. They also have a second campus in Bonterre. Bonterre, which is spelled completely different than you say it, but Bonterre, Missouri, just at the other side of the town, or the other, was it an hour away or
Yeah.
an hour and a half away?
Yep.
So multiple campuses, great pastors, and also have a great ministry, Ward Ministries. So check them out. The details are below. You can check them out, Ward Ministries. Also, I want to talk about Kent's book, Breaking Vagabond. Now, this is interesting. I actually read this book. I love this book. I actually wrote you an endorsement for this book. This is a great book, Breaking Vagabond. Ken, tell me about this book in like a minute. Tell me about this whole 200-page book in like a minute. Go for it.
Well, thank you for giving me a lot of time.
You've already wasted like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I know, right? So basically, the Lord gave me this revelation dealing with the story of Cain and Abel.
Okay.
And, the reason that Cain was like he was because he basically was a vagabond. He thought like somebody who wasn't in covenant.
Okay.
And so that's kind of the basis of the book. And so there's a lot of people that have this, this vagabond mentality to where they're not rooted, they're not planted, they're not grounded, and they're wondering why they don't have any, fruit in their life. And it's because they're oftentimes not grounded with people, like in a life-giving church, not underneath of good leadership, that kind of thing. They're not rooted and grounded with family, but most importantly, they're not rooted in their relationship with the Lord. Right. And so this really digs into some of the reasons as to why people are like that, why they're not covenant-minded, and why they're not rooted and planted into things. Because if you're not planted, then you don't have any roots. And if you don't have any roots in anything, you can't produce any fruit. And so a lot of people are wandering around as a vagabond, wondering why they're not producing any fruit. It's because they're not rooted anymore.
They're not rooted anymore.
That's right. And so, the Lord told Cain, he said that, you're cursed and the ground is cursed and the ground will not yield its strength to you. And I always thought that meant that Cain would plant and nothing would happen. But I really think what the Lord was saying is because he was cursed as a vagabond, he was going to be moving places and roaming. And because of that, he wouldn't be somewhere long enough to be able to see production, fruit from the seeds that he had planted. So this translates over into things spiritually to where a lot of people, they don't stick in there long enough to really see fruit in their life.
Sometimes the first challenge comes along and they're out. They're moving
That's
somewhere
right.
else.
That's right. And it takes time to plant seed and then to watch that seed grow and then mature and then manifest into fruit in our life. And so a lot of people that are dealing with fruitlessness and frustration, it's really because they're vexed with the vagabond mentality. I'll go so far as to say a vagabond spirit. And
vagabond spirit.
There is, there's spirits. In the very first chapter in the book, I asked the question, what spirit has trained your mind?
Wow.
And so, the idea of being uprooted and not being planted in places and with the Lord, that doesn't come from God.
Right.
that comes from the enemy, and there's spirits that literally will come and train people
To keep moving
think
around and keep-
how they think and do life, how they're doing.
So how would you advise people, Kent, to get rooted? Like if someone's watching down, that's me, I'm not rooted, I'm not submitted to authority, I haven't got a godly family around me or whatever it is. How can people get rooted?
Well, first of all, you can go get my book. That will help you.
Come on.
Because it will explain a lot.
Shameless
Shameless plug. Shameless
Breaking
plug.
Vagabond right here.
Yeah.
Details on your screen how you can get this.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But I think in simple, a lot of times people they deal with inward heart things, to where the enemy has come in and deceived them, lied to them, and
The worst thing about being deceived, you don't know you're deceived.
you don't know you're
That's right.
deceived.
When you're
That's
deceived,
exactly
it's
right.
the only power the enemy has is deception.
That's
over
right.
us. It's
That's
defeating
right. So you have to be
every-
willing to ask the Lord, am I deceived?
Okay.
And if you can examine the fruit or lack of fruit in your life, can be the first indicator of something's not right here. Because God made us to produce fruit.
Yeah.
He made families, and He put Adam and Eve in the garden. He said, "Be fruitful and multiply."
The first thing he said to him, right? The very
That's
first
right.
thing God said to mankind was go forth and multiply.
That's
Be
right. And
fruitful.
so when we're not doing that, we need to be able to look and see something's not right here. And then if we can go to the Lord and say, Lord, what areas of my life am I holding back? And am I self-preserving? And I talk about self-preservation is a
good.
freedom blocker. It keeps people from stepping into freedom because they're holding back areas of their heart, their life that they need God to come in and bring.
They're trying to protect themselves
That's right.
from past
That's right.
hurts and
That's
things
right.
like that. It's
Yeah.
very important. A friend of mine's a local pastor. We love local church. And he was just saying the other day, he said, some people move from church to church to church, and they hop around all these different churches, and they say, this church, this was wrong with it, and that church, this was wrong with it, and I couldn't stay in this church because of that, I couldn't stay in this church because of that. And he just said to me, he said, there's one common denominator with all those churches. All those churches have one thing in common. He said, really, what is it? He says, you.
That's right.
Yeah.
He said, you're the one who's been moving around, and maybe that's due to a vagabond spirit that you're not getting rooted. And it's not easy to be rooted, right? Sometimes it's painful.
Right.
Sometimes you have to stand when you don't want to be there. It's easier to run than to stay somewhere, but it's so important to stay rooted.
Yeah, and there's a whole mentality in the church nowadays. It's very non-covenant, and people that are in covenant, they don't cut and run whenever there's problems. We're married, and you and Carl are married.
Almost 19 years.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They
19
got
years
married when
this
they're
year.
like 10 years old.
Yeah, I know.
That's why they look so young.
Right. When I first saw her smoking her first cigarette, I was like, "That's my girl."
That's my girl right there. You married her right there, 7 years old. She smoked a cigarette, bam. I know it's not to do with your book, but we talked about Cain and Abel and the offerings. The Lord showed me that, when Abel gave out the first fruits,
That's right.
He gave the first fruit offering, so the first lamb, if you like, or cattle that was born, he gave it to the Lord. Whereas it says that Cain actually waited. It says in the process of days, he actually waited till the end of the time. So it says the process of days, the end of time. So basically, Cain paid all his bills, did everything else, and then right at the end, when he had a little bit left over, he gave it to God. Rather than the other way around, we're meant to give that first fruit to
And
God.
when you're in covenant with people, you give them the first and you give them the best.
Come
Because
on,
it
Ken.
says that Abel gave of his first and of the fat. He gave the first and he gave the best.
First and best.
We're in covenant with God truly, and we have a covenant mindset. Because see, you can be in covenant with somebody, you can get married, and technically you're in covenant with them, but it doesn't mean you think like a covenant-minded person. And this book gives a lot of explanation as to why in this revelation as to why people have terrible marriages, because they don't think like a covenant-minded person. And if you think like somebody who's in a covenant, not just be in a covenant, but you think like you're in a covenant, you'll treat that person like someone who's actually in a covenant. Because God's a covenant. He's a covenant God.
Covenant God. And he gives us his best
That's
and
right.
first, right?
That's right.
Best
He
and
gives us
first.
his best
Yeah.
and first. That's
That's
awesome.
right.
Just these chapters alone, chapter titles are going to intrigue you. What spirit has trained your mind? That's really important. I've read this book. It's so good. Know your authority. Access points. Vagabonds aren't covenant-minded. No root, no fruit. And God made strongholds. God made strongholds. You've got to explain that in 30 seconds left, Ken. God made strongholds.
Yeah, so if you think about it, God gave the ability to be able to capture information, revelation, different things, and actually build a stronghold out of whatever that thing, that information is that came to you. Because the enemy's never created anything. He only perverts things.
Okay.
So when we think about strongholds, we think of it in a negative context, primarily from Corinthians, where it talks about pulling down strongholds. And that is talking about negative, demonic strongholds in our mind.
It's really
But
thought patterns, right?
That's exactly
Thought
right.
patterns.
So if you take those thought patterns that turn into strongholds, the enemy works that to work against us and for his gain. But God actually gave us that ability to make strongholds. And to give you an example of this, I remember when I first heard teaching on righteousness and about imputed righteousness, about the gift of righteousness. And I knew it but I didn't really know it, and it really wasn't a part of me. But I was like, God, I see this in your word, and I hear people ministering on this, and I know that it's right, but I was struggling with the idea. So what I did is I drove down the road on my way to work for, it seemed like months, and every day I would say, I am righteous, I am righteous, I am righteous. I mean, I would say it every way I could. And then what happened is I was building in my mind and my heart a stronghold to know that I am the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus, just like the word
So
says.
it's just become like a pattern of thinking.
That's exactly right. And so a stronghold is something it's a fortress, in your heart and your mind against things that would come in that are in opposition to it. A lot of people have strongholds that are keeping them in bondage, but God wants to give us strongholds that keep us in the right place, thinking right, believing right, treating people the right way, knowing the love of God for ourselves. The list is endless.
That's good.
So
Awesome.
God is the one that actually made strongholds. The enemy is the one that's perverted them.
Turns them around to negative. We need to use them for positive, for building us up. So Pastor Kent is offering this book to you completely free. So if you go to the link below, and you can get this book, the e-version, the PDF version of this book, e-book, completely free of charge. So thanks, Kent, for offering that. Praise the Lord. Hey, on this next segment, I'm going to show you what happened when I took the Unplugged team with me up to New England to visit my friend's zoo. That's right, you heard me. They say never work with children or animals. Well, here on Unplugged, we do both. So during this next segment, I'm going to show you what happened when we went to the zoo together. I'll tell you what, this stuff is wild. Get ready for this. Hey Ed,
This place is awesome.
look at this place.
Hey Ashley, hey Tommy, what's up?
So why don't you show us around the rest of the zoo?
Sounds great.
What's in here?
That's a crocodile. Put up a heck of a fight, that guy.
Do you?
Strong,
You
yeah.
put a fight.
Super strong.
Good.
Yes, a little strong.
Oh, wow.
If we're gonna, like, if we want to hold the bigger croc later, we can.
Have a word.
This one,
If his tape comes off though, it's all over, right?
it'd be bad.
Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go, walkies. Walkies. He's looking at me like he wants to eat me. Come on. Come on. Walkies. Come on. Walkies. Come on. Come on, that's it. That's it. Good boy.
A few moments later.
Come on. There you go.
With my good friend Pickle. If you look at him, he kind of looks like a pickle, right? He's actually not a pickle though. He is an African pixie bullfrog. And he's fast, and he can't jump.
Hold it. Right, ready? Are you rolling?
It just feels like a big cow patty.
Yeah, unless he
I'm gonna tell you what. Kiss it.
That's right.
That work?
These alligator snapping turtles, inside the mouth here, there's a little piece of flesh. It looks like a tongue, but it's technically called a fleshy appendage. They'll open up their mouth and they'll wiggle that, and that'll attract fish and frogs and even other turtles. They'll swim right inside. What happens if
Like
we...
this?
Yeah.
It's okay? Oh my word!
So if that was a finger with the bone and marrow and blood,
It just
you
took
eat
it
that
straight
right
off.
away. You owe me 9 cents for that one.
That's good TV right there, people.
We want to feed the alligators first.
You like chicken?
Yeah, he likes everything.
Be very careful. Whatever you put over that wall, he's going to keep.
Chicken. Okay, you're rolling. Okay. Yeah. We're feeding crocs here. We're feeding crocs. Okay. You want some food? Come on. Come on, big boy. Get your food. Get your food.
Did you feel it?
That was some power right there. That was some power. You got it, baby. Am I good?
Yep, so just a little. Yep, just touch it right on his mouth.
Feeding gators.
That's a crocodile.
Oh, feeding crocodiles. My bad. Hey, I'm sure you're going to want to know more about what Pastor Kent has been teaching on today, and that is Breaking Vagabond. You know, you need this book, and we're offering it to you completely free as a digital download. Thanks to Kent and our partners, you can get this book free today. Follow the instructions on your screen. You're going to need this, guys, because you need to get planted so that you can grow up in the things of the Lord. Get your copy today.
Don't miss out. Call us at 719-600-3344 or visit the website you see on your screen.
Okay, so next on Unplugged is one of the favorites, a viewer's favorite, and it's called Life Hacks, because I like to, I like to MacGyver things, and this is called Life Hacks. So first video, Ken, is Life Hacks number 1. Let's see what's going on there.
I've been cutting cakes wrong my whole life. Instead of cutting down into a cake, if you cut in from the side, you won't have any of those cake crumbs dragging through the frosting, so you'll have a cleaner slice and you're gonna look like a total baking rock star.
Okay, so cutting a cake. Have you done that, Liz, before? Cut a cake that way?
I have not.
You have not?
I have
Here we
not.
go. Dun, dun, dun. I have a cake. It just so happens to have a cake that I baked earlier, obviously. It's up all night.
Good job. Look
I have
at
a knife.
Sprinkles.
I have a knife. Yeah, I can't catch this. And a plate. Okay, so I tell you what, Liz, this is sexy saying Liz should cut the cake, isn't it? One of you could try the life hack. There's a knife. Be careful. Careful with the knife. There's the cake.
You would do better at it than me. You're a woman.
Okay, here we go. So this
so we're gonna.
is this gonna work?
We're gonna cut it.
Yeah. You're doing it right. Start from the outside. You can do it, Liz.
You guys saw it. There you
I
go.
believe in you. There we go. Okay, stop. And then you got to do the other side. How big do you want your slice? Steady on, Liz. No. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Okay.
I like a quarter of the cake.
Is it working?
Terrible cut.
Is it Ken, it's outrageous.
Let's plate it and let's see how beautiful.
See how good it
I'm
is.
afraid I'm gonna cut myself.
This is serious knife.
Please don't cut yourself. You did sign the disclosure, right?
Yeah.
She signed the disclaimer to say if she cuts herself, it's on her. We're not responsible here.
Oh, you're a cake rock star.
Oh,
Perfect.
look at
You're
that.
a cake rock star.
I did it.
I'm not sure. Can we hold it up? Let's have a look. I'm not sure about that.
Try to cut it with the other way.
It's not bad.
Okay.
Can you try the traditional method, or are you going to try the?
Was it a
hybrid?
competition?
Competition, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm very competitive.
Okay, here we go. So he's going from the outside in, straight.
Oh, I'm cutting through the
I know
bottom.
you're like.
Cutting through the. He's actually cutting through the plastic here. Okay. Okay, let's see. Now he's only cut one side because Liz cut the other side. But we'll let you off.
Right. We'll.
No,
Oh, no, I don't want to say I lost. Oh, no.
He's not being accused of any.
I'm not going down that way. Look at me.
That's a big slice of
Your
cake. Who's
cut
gonna
is
eat that?
very nice.
Okay, let's have a look. Oh, he's a cake rock star. He's a cake rock star.
I hate to put it down. I don't think it's going to last like that.
Perfect. That's a perfect cut of cake here. I have to say.
Now do the wedding thing.
Life hack works. The wedding thing. No.
Better get back, Liz.
Okay.
Get him.
Okay. We need clean up. We need clean up in Studio B. Who's got the napkins? Clean up in Studio B.
That's good ice.
Wow.
Okay, so next life hack. Let's have a look and see what the next life hack is. Here we go. Okay, more tape. Is that tape? They got tape. They got pliers. It's a zip tie. What are they doing here? Whoa! Whoa! Hang on! Hang on!
This might be a game changer.
Oh, hang on. This could be.
I just seen it.
This could
wow.
be. Hang on a minute. I'm liking this. Okay, so interesting life hack there, but I have to say it looks like it could be a winner. It looks like it could be a winner.
Yeah.
So I just so happy to have a zip tie. This is a long zip tie. This is like one of those ones you actually zip tie someone's hands together if they're in trouble. So there's a zip tie.
Okay, zip tie.
Okay, we have the scissors. Be careful with the scissors, Liz.
Okay.
Careful, don't run. Don't run with those. Don't run with scissors.
Don't.
Okay,
Oh,
here's the
hold them
sellotape.
this
Let me
way.
find the end. There's nothing worse than not being able to find the end of the sellotape. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
Take it away, guys. That zip
This
tie
is a pretty intense.
that's a serious zip tie. That is like a
Okay,
really.
but
That's like the
wait.
biggest zip tie you can get. Yeah, that's right. Wait. Zzz. Hence the name zip tie.
Oh, okay.
Because it goes zip, zip. Okay.
Don't do it too tight. Otherwise
Get
you
it.
can't unroll.
Right.
A bit more, I think. I think it's got to be tight enough to be able to roll the scissors. I think you had it pretty tight.
You gotta be
Be careful
smarter.
with the scissors, please.
Then
Cut an
why
angle.
aren't you
Be
helping
careful.
me?
Yeah, Ken, I noticed it because he's like, this ain't going to work, and I'm not going to get the blame for it. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Good cut.
Okay. A box?
So tape?
Should I have a box?
Yeah, here
The
we go.
tape?
Here's your box. It's just out
I'll hold the box.
You can
Oh,
hold the
why?
box
Thank you.
closed.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
I worked at Emo's Pizza before.
Did you? You know, I used to work at Domino's. I could fold boxes like
Yeah.
a trooper. I
Okay.
could fold boxes like a trooper. Okay, here we go.
Oh gosh. Hold on. Hold on. I didn't. I gotta move
They're going that way, right? They're going that way.
Okay.
Down.
And you put your thumb on.
Put your thumb in it, and then. Oh! Did you cut it?
I really
cut
hurt
it?
you?
Have you got a cut? We got blood?
You kiss it? No.
We got blood? No blood. No?
I cut it, but it's fine. I was like, well, I wasn't expecting that.
That's why we have you
Okay.
sign
Dangerous.
disclaimers, right?
Dangerous.
Yeah, dangerous.
Sharp, it's
Dangerous,
sharp.
Just, but
I say it's good, just don't involve your husband.
Don't involve your husband. Okay, so he's got a apple,
Yes.
a drill. Oh my word!
That-
He's peeling apples on a drill.
Okay.
Oh, look at that. What's his tie about? That's a funny tie.
It is.
Look
He
at
got
that.
caught in the drill once.
Oh, probably did. Even he's happy. Look. Oh, that's gross.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I just so happen to have
I say peel.
a DeWatt 20-volt max drill. Okay, and I've got some drill bits. I assume this is what they do. So you get your drill bits, you get your apple. Okay. Here we go.
It's actually locked.
Okay, it's locked in. It's a bit dangerous, isn't it? Okay.
Don't draw all the way through.
No.
Don't spin it because you'll actually just cut a hole in the apple.
There you go. There we go.
Okay.
Nice, nice.
Ken?
Oh, look, you're even
Over to you, my
getting
friend.
apple juice.
Over for getting
Really?
apple juice.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
Ken,
can have a
here we
little
go.
drink and.
Okay, here we go. Life hack.
I didn't even
here
know
we
how
go.
this works. Like this?
Well, try to spin it, see what happens.
Just apply some pressure.
Come on, Ken. you
The
can do it.
apple's too
I believe
crooked.
it. It's a crooked apple. There's been problems with the apple mountain. The apple mountain. Go on. Hit that button,
Just
Ken.
go.
Get it, Ken.
You gotta go fast. I told you so.
Look at that.
I was being conservative.
That's good job.
Take a bite. Take a bite.
No, don't turn the drill on.
Don't get the
Don't turn the drill on. Yeah. Try one for Liz. See if Liz is any better. See if Liz is any better. Okay. Careful with it. That's sharp, that drill bit. Be careful. Watch your hand. Don't drill it when you do it.
I'm just
Don't drill it when you do it.
Look, tap it.
Yeah, got it. There you go. Okay, you're in. Here we go, Liz.
I
Be
can't
She's
careful.
gonna do better than me.
Be careful. Here we go.
I'm scared.
Go. Just don't let go of the drill.
I know. I don't like drills.
Go fast.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Yes! It's a life hack win! It's a life
This
hack
is
win!
like the manly way to do
You can eat potatoes? Liz,
Yes.
this could
Yeah.
change your kitchen forever.
You just gotta start with new drill bit.
You just need a 20-volt DeWatt, whatever it is, DeWatt drill. Some drill bits, potatoes, corn on the cob. I mean, the possibilities are
Yes,
endless.
endless.
Sweet
It works.
potatoes, apples, pears, everything. Look at that.
Yeah. Put the mess over here.
Okay, so I've got the drill here. I got the apple. I'm going for it here. Apple. Does it matter which way around you do it? I guess
No.
not. Okay.
Watch the table.
Well,
Yeah,
go
don't.
for the table. There we go. Okay.
Faster's better.
You're saying that I just go for it, right?
Just
Fast.
go.
All the
Yeah.
way.
You think? You sure?
Yeah.
Pure fire, mate. That's really
Nice.
addictive. I'm telling you, I could do this all day.
Now you can make some apple pie.
There we go. Well, life
good.
hack. Life hack. I think that's a win. That's a
Yeah.
life hack win right there. Life hack win. That's all we have for Unplugged today. But hey, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Kent and Liz, for being with us today. And remember, if you haven't met Jesus, that's the most important decision you'll ever make in your life, is to make Jesus your Lord and Savior. Other than that, have fun and join us next time on Unplugged. Hey guys, don't forget, you can get your free digital copy of Kent's book today. Follow the instructions on your screen and get your copy.
Don't miss out. Call us at 719-600-3344 or visit the website you see on your screen.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you enjoyed Unplugged, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, give us a thumbs up, and even share this with some of your friends and family.